got to take big chances in order for the potential for a big positive outcome.
Hadouken!
Come get some. Hail to the king, baby.
Hello, welcome back to A Boring Revolution, your number one news source for everything in regards to the Boring Company. Hope you're all well today. So I thought I'd come back with more of an educational video this week because I wanted to talk about what's going on in Las Vegas with the Boring Company. The majority of the Boring Company's effort, capital, like actual personnel, resources are going into Las Vegas at the moment. They might be based in Texas, Bastrop, but the vast majority, over 95% of their resources, are focused in Las Vegas. And that has been good for the company because they've managed to secure a massive contract for, you know, massive amounts of stations and tunnels encompassing the entire strip in South Vegas and the airport, Clark County, all these places. So I thought, why not tell people who are not as informed about the Boring Company what exactly is going on? Because I'm starting to see videos and various, comments saying the Boring Company has failed. Now, I look at the evidence and it's far from that. So if you look at Las Vegas Loop in and around the conference center, as you can see up here, this area, the area in yellow is what's been completed. Now, there is a focus now on doing dual bore tunnels. So you have a northbound tunnel and a southbound tunnel linking every station. And that's been the major kind of design change over the last year or so. And this has added a lot more miles of tunnel. And I wanted to discuss where that's happening and kind of get people a bit more educated as to what exactly is going on. So we're going to focus on this particular area here in and around the conference center. There's a lot of good things the Boring Company are doing. There's a couple of things that I don't like that they're doing, and I'll talk about some of those things in this video. So if you have watched previous videos of mine, then you'll have noticed this diagram before. If you've not, if this is your first time here, you're learning about the Boring Company, then this is the original Boring Company loop system that was built below the conference center. Prior to that, we had a tunnel at Adelante in California. We had the Hawthorne Test Tunnel. We had the Bastrop Test Tunnel going under the road there, linking the Starlink factory and the Boring Company facility. 2 tunnels now, but they were quite kind of minor tunnels, test tunnels. This was the real deal, dual bore system, so you can go both eastbound and westbound, and we have 3 stations, including this one here, which is an underground station, which is quite considerable in size and has access via escalators, but the other 2 stations are above ground. So this is our kind of main system. I believe both tunnels are around 1.66 miles, something around that. Then we have this system. So as you can see, there's various colours on this diagram because I want to explain to you exactly what has been built, what is being planned to be built, and what potentially could be built at some point. So as you can see, we have quite a decent sized system. We have 7 stations. We have those 3 that we've just shown you a moment ago, north, central and south. Then we have links into the various casinos and hotels. So we have the Westgate, the Resorts World and the Encore Wynn Casino. We also have what I'll be referring to as a node station, i.e. a station that exists in between destinations where exchanges can be made, where you can move in between different tunnels, whether it's heading north, south, east or west. that is Riviera Station. So 7 stations altogether. The area highlighted in red is what has been completed. So we have down here and down here, and we have links to all the casinos now. So we have an eastbound link to the Westgate, and we have a westbound link to Resorts World, and then we have a westbound link to the Encore Wynn Casino. These parts here in grey are what is due to be constructed, or what has been constructed. Now, I was very tempted to make this arrow red because we are literally 3 to 4 days away from this project being completed. But just to keep things accurate on this particular diagram, I've labelled this grey because it is still under construction. The link between the Resorts World Casino and North Station is due to start next, followed by another link to the Encore Wynn Casino. So all this could happen before October, November next year, theoretically, if there were enough machines. This particular tunnel here is a bit of a... I'm unsure if they're ever going to do that. It makes sense for some reasons, but given that the Resorts World, Riviera and North Station are in this kind of triangle here, it might be that they decide not to do that. But I believe it is set up that they can incorporate that. But we'll see. But basically you go around it in almost like a bit of a roundabout. But as you can see, this is quite a large system that's been completed here. And it's been completed at a very, very low cost. The one thing that I would criticise the Boring Company is that Proof Rock 2 has not quite lived up to our expectations. It has not been reliable in operation, and it has required a lot more maintenance than you would expect of a machine of its size, and that has resulted in some slow progress on some of the tunnels. But overall, it's good to see costs are low and the system works incredibly well. People enjoy using it. It's moving. This system, as it stands now, could move well in excess of 5,500 people per hour, potentially a lot more than that. Depends how many vehicles you want to add to the system. But once this system is fully completed, we could potentially get in excess of 7,400 people using just what you see in front of you right now. So that's all well and good. The Boring Company is not failing. As you can see, lots and lots of work has taken place. So if we're just going to summarise that, we have 7 stations that have already been constructed. That encompasses various underground and above ground stations. We have 3.8 miles of tunnel already constructed. Just to make you aware, that does include the section linking the Westgate Hotel and Casino to the Riviera Station. That is 97% complete as of today. Or let's say 95% complete as of today. So hopefully that will be finished before Friday. I'm very confident it will be, but I will inform you as such. The total value of all that work, so the 3.8 miles and the 7 stations, is around $73.5 million. That's an estimate based on the costs of the conference centre build and just me throwing some numbers around trying to guesstimate. It probably could be lower than that, it might be slightly higher, but I'm fairly confident that is quite accurate. Now what's going to happen? So we have 2 tunnels that are going to be built over the next 12 months, potentially 3, but let's just stick with the 2. So we're going to have a second link between the Encore Wynn Casino and Central Station, and we're going to have a link between Resorts World and the North Station. That's quite a short run from the Riviera. So all in all, both combined is 0.82 miles. This will complete the system and make it very, very usable, and I hope that they are able to do both those tunnels at the same time, preferably using Proof Rock 3, because as you can probably imagine, I am not best impressed with Proof 2. It has not really excelled and needs to be scrapped as soon as possible. Moving on to Proof 3, which should be able to quadruple the speed per day. What's going to happen in the future? So, we're currently in this area here, as you can see. The next link is up to the Strat once we've completed those 2 other jobs. It's unclear where construction will begin, but this particular tunnel goes all the way down to the airport. So you would imagine that they might start somewhere up here in Las Vegas Boulevard, potentially somewhere up here near the English Hotel, or maybe they might start at the Strat. We don't actually know yet because the plans have not been published. So let's assume that we start in this area here. It's likely that this will then result in a second TBM starting at the same time, somewhere around here, and then there will be a third TBM that maybe starts at the airport and concludes at Excalibur. So you'd have 3 TBMs constructing that section there. The question is, if this is a dual bore tunnel, and I strongly believe it is, will the tunnels be sat aside each other or on top and below each other? And that might be a question for another video. I hope you learned a lot about doing this video. It's a bit more of an educational video, and be rest assured the Boeing company is doing very well. It has some issues, but they will be resolved, and Proof 3 will be the saviour. Please like and subscribe, guys, if you've not already done so. Comment on the video. Do you like educational videos? Do you like the progress that the Boeing company has made according to the many diagrams that I have shown you in said video? If you've not already done so, consider following me on these various applications. And as always, thank you to my amazing Patreons who provided all the funding necessary for this entire setup, for this camera, for this microphone, for this desk. Everything is thanks to these incredible people. I cannot thank you enough. And please, I hope that you will continue to support me on this mission to provide news about the Boeing company. And if you've not already done so, guys, make sure you have a really extremely boring day, and take care now. Goodbye.
Oh boy, we're gonna have a swell time tonight.
Prove me wrong, and that'll be great.
Perfect.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.